Today's all about what do you do with your old chickens. So I have some chickens that are 4 and 5 years old, and we're going to go get them today, and I'm going to show you what to do with the old ones. Come. I separated the old chickens from the new ones early this morning before I let everybody out. These are not them, these are my baby turkeys. And we've got the old chickens over here. So I kept them around for a while to teach the babies how to eat, how to scratch, and basically how to act like a chicken, which they don't really know how to do. These ones have not laid eggs for quite a few years, and they just cost money. They did their job teaching the babies, and now it's their turn to do their next job, which is to become soup. So I separated them out this morning. This one just turned me into a big liar and laid an egg right here. You just saved yourself. Oh my gosh. But the other one definitely has not laid eggs in a few years. So I'm going to grab her and I'm going to pause the video for a minute until I take you up to where the culling station is. Right. A little out of breath, I walked her up from down there to my processing station. So the other thing I didn't tell you about this chicken is she's a bully. So not only does she lay eggs, she actually is very mean to the barred rocks, the young ones, and that's yet another reason really not to keep her around. So her innards are going to be dog food and her outards are going to be soup for the humans. The water is heating up. This is my killing cone. I'm going to be putting her in there. Take the chicken upside down. She's small. She's not really a meat chicken. Upside down. Hold her legs until her head drops. And I'm going to get her head all the way out. After she's upside down for a little while, she's going to sort of like go to sleep a little bit. And then I'm going to slice her throat right here on an angle. I don't put that on the film. But after we slice her throat, I'll show you about the bleeding out process and how to butcher her from there. I've cut her throat and she's over there in the cone bleeding out. And that's been a little while. I had to get the temperature up to 175. So what I got going on here is, this is a turkey fryer. You can get it almost anywhere. This is an electric start one, but even with the electric start, you're going to need AAA batteries, and you have to hold the button down for a while, and then hit your flamethrower in there. Your water should be at 175. If you look at another one of my videos, one of the chickens I did, the water wasn't hot enough, and it was a plucking nightmare. So our water's right now at 175. We're going to dunk the chicken in there and then come over here, and this is our plucking station. My husband just took a ladder and made a little board so I could put the legs in, and you'll see how that works in a minute. I'm going to put my hair back and go grab our chicken. Argus is you're very excited, aren't you, Argus? You're like, I'm going to get some good stuff today. Okay? You're excited? You finally get to eat the chickens? Not this one yet, and not the whole thing. What do you think? Yummy. So at 175, I grab her by the legs. I'm just going to dunk the whole body in. And want to get that whole thing in there. She's got short legs. Give her like 4 slushes, 2, 3, 4. If you do too much, these are your options. Either your feathers, if you do it too long, your skin is going to rip. If you don't do it long enough, your feathers won't come out. So I'm going to give a test. Those wing feathers came out really super easy. I start with her back facing me. And I forgot my garbage can. That's another part of a thing you'll need. So I'm going to use my little bucket right here. But if this was a big kill day, not just an old chicken, then I would need a big garbage can to collect all the feathers. So the first thing you want to do is do your wing feathers. They're the hardest to come out. And I'm grabbing handfuls at a time and just plucking in the direction that the quills are going. And then with the smaller feathers, you can just go against the quill. At the ease that these are coming out, I'm going to assume that I put it in just a little bit too long. I'm used to doing Cornish rocks, and they're a much bigger bird, so I might have a problem with the back skin. We'll find out soon. The next thing you're going to do is, after your wings, is you're going to come over here and do your tail feathers, and you're going to pull them straight up. Pretty, they come out easy. And if you've done this long enough, if you hit 175 and you did enough swirls without going too long, you could do this. You grab a handful and boom. Some people use that electric, like looks like a washing machine feather remover. I find it bruises the chicken. It also can rip the skin, and you need electricity. This one you don't, you just need you. So I'm going to show you how fast I can pluck, defeather one chicken. To get the feathers off, you just roll your hands together. Gonna have a little bit on the ground because I'm not using my big garbage can, obviously. The horse is mad. He can't see his other friend for some reason. Should have timed me. She's defeathering pretty fast, so 175, that's your temperature. Perfect defeathering temperature. Keep brushing them off. Trying to get this done early in the day. It's supposed to go up to over 100 degrees today, and nobody wants to be out here doing this then. So in here, you're going to get these little stubborn feathers, and you just, if you have nails, pull them out that way. Otherwise, make sure you have a needle nose plier or some tweezers on hand. Once you get it in the final processing stage, you can pull those out too. So this side's pretty good. I'm going to save the skin on this chicken as much as possible. She is older. I want those juices for when I cook her, especially since she's going to be a soup. If I had done it too long by using this method, the quick method, the skin would be ripping on me. So it was just the right amount. Skinny little thing. It's funny that sometimes the smallest chicken will be the one that's the biggest bully. Like Napoleon, maybe. I know there's some people that are going to have problem with this. Let it live, let it live. They cost money to feed them and to house them. They're taking up space in the coop. And if you live in the Northeast, winter is not fun to take care of animals around here. It's very difficult. And you want to thin your flock before then if you can, especially for ones that are non-productive. So at this point, we just got the little things that we're taking out. I wonder how long that timer was on that. And we're going to pause for a minute because I don't want to bore you with taking out all these little parts. And then I'll come back to the butchering. I'm going to give her a quick rinse before I take her to the processing table. Front and back. Now, this chicken's a lot smaller than a Cornish rock. So a few things are going to be extremely different. Like this part here, you have to cut this open and take out this little pouch. Cornish rock, it's like this big. On this chicken, it's like, wish me luck. And there's the esophagus. I'm going to need to pull that out. But there's that pouch right there that I want to get out of there. Pulling it with my finger as best I can. She doesn't have a lot of food in there because she didn't eat, which is always smart to do. Try not to feed your chicken. Not try. Don't feed your chicken before culling. I could feel like little grain in there. And I am having to cut into the meat a little bit because she is so tiny and this is really hard to get to. So you want to have scissors when you're doing a small chicken, a small paring knife, scissors, a small paring knife, as well as your big butchering knives. On the Cornish rocks, you can just grab this and yank it out. It's not really happening on her. So I'm cutting into the meat. And that's it. So I want to show you what this is. This is her food that she ate this morning or late last night. Some grass and some oats. There you go, chickens. Gross. Next, we're going to cut out this area. We're going to cut around the tail, and we want to open this whole area up. I'm running out of time, so we're going to pause it for while you do this. It's completely different than a Cornish rock. This is all fat. I got to get my hand in here now and pull all the guts out. It's a very fatty chicken. It's a big fat party, and I'm going to now come here and grab this esophagus, and we want to rip this out going this way. I'm going to pause again. This does not operate like a Cornish rock. I'm going to keep saying that. She is all fat, and it was really hard to get her esophagus out because it's so small, but now I'm getting all the guts out. Got my whole hand up in there. And you really want to make sure you get that heart, the lungs out of there. All this can be dog food. You have to feel for the lungs. They're going to be up in this section. And I don't know if you could get the camera down in there, but that's a lung right there. Pause. There we go. Lung. Make sure you get that out. You're going to chop the feet off here and here. We're going to chop the neck off here. And then you have a finished chicken ready for soup and got parts ready for your dogs. Find the joint. It's real simple. Break it. Find the joint. Real simple. Break it. Take your poultry shears. I'm being a little fast because I think as a new YouTuber I only have like 15 minutes on the latest video for you. You could look at some of my other ones on culling that I butchering, go more into it with the Cornish rocks, and you could see how it really happens. Longer deal. Hope you like it. Make a comment, subscribe, tell me what else you want to see. Thanks. Really important. See this green thing? Pancreas? Take that out. Don't feed that to your dogs. That's garbage. Throw it into the woods. Get rid of it. Last step. Take your chicken, dunk her in some ice cold water, pat her dry, put her in the fridge for 24 hours before you cook her. Delicious. See you soon.